Hey, what is up guys, my name is Will, back for another CSGO betting predictions video. So, Vega versus Nostalgia. I don't know why Vega are favoured here. I think they do have a good lineup, but so do Nostalgia. They have Dozier, Kucher, Ainge, Adran, Overdrive. In this situation here, I would suggest that you just play the odds. I definitely can picture Nostalgia being able to upset, and with these odds, I think this is more maybe a 55-45 game in favour of Vega, and I would just say play the odds in this situation. TSM versus EnVyUs. Now, you could say that EnVyUs are the better team here. I don't believe that EnVyUs should have won those finals though. Fnatic were playing way off their game. They were forcing it up when they didn't need to. They got off to a really slow start, which ultimately lost them Cobble and Mirage, I think it was. But they don't. This is more a 60-40 game in favour of EnVyUs, I believe, and with odds this skewed, I think we should just bet on TSM. EnVyUs did beat TSM in the finals a couple last week, I think it was. And that's when Happy got that amazing ace. But there was stuff in that game which which led me to believe that TSM should have actually won. I do think TSM could have potentially taken one of those maps and forced it to the third in the finals. So I'm just going to be saying that once again you play the odds in this situation. People kind of favouring EnVyUs here. They're going to be very happy with their recent win, and I do think TSM have the potential to upset. Next up we have NiP versus Gamers2. Now, Gamers2 yesterday upset Mouse, but Gamers2 had Flusher as a stand-in, and that's pretty crazy. We don't know who the stand-in is for this team here, but it would be funny to see Alu versus Michael. But I can't really suggest that you bet on them, because if G2 have Flusher, then I do potentially believe that they could upset. Definitely, they could upset. Flusher plays really well on Train. It's one of NiP's better maps, but they have been known to lose it. As you can see, they got absolutely destroyed by TSM on Train. So, I would say that NiP is possibly a safer choice here, but without knowing who G2's stand-in is, I can't really tell for sure that you should bet on them. But I think NiP's a pretty safe bet. They looked very strong against Fnatic. Kind of got me scared that I might lose my skins, but I think NiP played pretty well against Fnatic, and maybe just go low on NiP here, although I wouldn't suggest you go high. HELLRAISERS versus Virtus Pro. So I think this is on Mirage. Sorry about that, I just got to search up what map this is on. Oh, it's on Cobble. Now, they're going to be playing, these three people here are going to be playing in this game here. Now, I'm not a big fan of HELLRAISERS, especially how they lost to Vexed. I don't just see how they can absolutely destroy Vex on the day before that, then lose a day later. Yeah, I just don't understand. I do think that HELLRAISERS have the potential to upset here. As you can see, these scores have been extremely close. HELLRAISERS isn't one of their best maps. I mean, Cobblestone isn't one of HELLRAISERS' best maps, and neither it is Virtus Pro's, but Virtus Pro are definitely much stronger on Cobblestone. But with odds this skewed in a best of one, I would suggest you once again play the odds. It's chucking nice to be on HELLRAISERS. They have pretty good odds here. TSM versus NiP. Now, I forgot which map this is on. This is it's on Dust 2 now. I do think TSM should be able to win this. TSM are much stronger on Dust than NiP at the moment. I don't know, NiP got lucky beating Fnatic both times, so I would suggest you just, once again, or just bet on TSM here, but I think the odds are pretty skewed. I think this is more maybe a 50-50 game, but I'm just liking TSM form better. Just keep in mind that TSM might be a bit like tired out from this best of 3 against EnVyUs. SK Gaming versus Virtus Pro, not much to say here. I'm not a big fan of SK Gaming. Overpass, I do think that you should just play the odds once again here. Like, I don't think SK is that good on my overpass. Neither is Virtus Pro. It's probably one of those games where an upset could happen once again. As you probably know, I'm not betting anymore. I'm just taking a break. So I'm going to be suggesting that you play the odds here. This is a day where I do see a lot of upsets happening. Like, playing Ducks don't deserve these lower odds against Penta. Penta's really inconsistent. You should just go really low on them. Like, they can easily take at least one map off Penta. Same with Case King. They can easily take a map off Planet Key as well. Mouse versus Infinity. Now, I do like Mouse, but they got upset overnight. There's no point betting on with this higher % odds, and I would suggest you just do a chuck 8 cents on Infinity. You can win like 80 cents back. It's really good odds. HELLRAISERS versus NiP. Now, I also forgot what map this is on. This is on Dust 2. I think NiP should be able to win this. I don't think HELLRAISERS are going to be upset going to be able to upset on Dust 2. Although, just watch how NiP play. If NiP aren't playing to their full potential, then I would just bet low on HELLRAISERS. The odds are pretty skewed in favour of NiP, and I do think both of these teams are good on Dust 2, but NiP are ultimately better. And I would just suggest that a bet on NiP should be pretty safe, although it is the best of one and there's better games to bet on. Na'Vi versus Virtus Pro. Now, this is another game which is on. This is on Mirage here. Now, I think Na'Vi's odds aren't that profitable to bet on them as an underdog. I do think Virtus Pro should be able to win Mirage. Both these teams are really strong on Mirage, but I just do favour Virtus Pro here. Then we have EnVyUs versus Virtus Pro down here in the best of one. This is on Mirage as well. I do think, like, I am thinking Virtus Pro have the potential to upset this, although this is probably a 50-50 game. Odds are pretty close, and I'll just say bet on the underdog. Anything can happen, it's the best of one. Flipside versus Mouse. I think Flipside are a good underdog bet here. The odds are pretty accurate, but Mouse are kind of inconsistent. They still haven't quite found their form. So I would suggest you go low on Flipside. Best of two, probably going to end in a draw, to be honest. Titan versus Gamers 2. This is going to be funny to watch with Scream and stuff. But I do think Titan should be able to win this. So yeah, pretty good day for betting. I'm suggesting a lot of underdog bets because I do feel that there's going to be a lot of upsets overnight. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.